I would say, there's that cliche like fake it until you make it. It does work on reading comp. Like sometimes you read that first sentence, you really try to get your mind wrapped around it, and it's like, 18th century Spanish portraits. And you're like, oh, like really? But you just be like, okay, I don't know anything about this. What can I learn about the 18th century and Spanish portraits at that time? It has a small effect, but that can make a difference. The other thing is that I still remember this, which is crazy, but my LSAT teacher, when I was taking the test long ago, he said that he closed his eyes and imagined a blue flame and wiggled his toes before every reading comp passage. I don't do that, but I think there is value in like resetting, like grounding yourself so that when you're starting a passage, because the passages is where I think this happens most frequently, people are reading and thinking about the previous passage or the previous section or something, and that's most likely happening in reading comp, which of course is a huge time sink, right? Because now you've just like wait. And but anyway, so the blue flame is like a reset. It's like, okay. And you could even look at that first sentence and be like, this is about Spanish portraits, blue flame. This is, I'm ready to learn about this. And it's a small thing, but it may make a big difference. Well, you know
Yeah.
what's so weird about our brains? I don't mean to get too metaphysical here because I'm not an expert in these other fields, but I really do believe that on some level, there's like, and I think I've read this, so it's not totally crazy, but like, there's more, there's like we think of ourselves as one, but really there's like more than like one like perspective in our head, right? Like you've heard this idea where if you smile, then you actually like feel happier. It's like
Mhm.
there's like two different things going. It's like there's this one part of your brain that's telling you to smile, just like as a mechanical thing, and this other part's like, oh, we're smiling, we must be happy. It's like we're not just like one unit, you know. And when I think you sit there for 10 seconds, there's a part of your brain that's like, okay, do this, and you just do it. And there's another part that's like, damn, we really must be confident because we're not like jumping in here and well, no one writes anymore, but people used to like write so much, and
Yeah.
it you're like signaling to yourself. It's also too like when you talk back to someone who's always like demeaned you, you're like, don't say that to me. And this other part of your brain is like, wow, look at you're like standing up for yourself. So, I think these things are small, but they can like have an impact on your mentality and that affects your focus because anytime we're talking about two brains, and I don't know how we do this, but like we're reading and thinking about something else, it's it's just a recipe for disaster.